Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day in this video. I got to admit to you all that where I put my mining rigs in my house, it's not enough. And it just recently snowed and it's like -8 or 10 degrees outside. And I guess for my American friends, it's about 58 Fahrenheit inside right now or 14 degrees Celsius. So this is not comfortable. It's, you know, I'm wearing a jacket right now in my own house and I need to heat it up more. I am not willing to turn on baseboard heaters around the house because I think that would be a waste of money, as I should just bring in more mining rigs to heat up my place as the temperature has dropped drastically. For some of you guys who watched my previous videos, the temperature outside was maybe, you know, -1, maybe 1 or 2 degrees Celsius outside, and that was just fine adding the couple rigs and some of the ASIC miners in my house to heat up the upstairs. But now that the temperature has dropped almost 6, 7, 8 degrees Celsius, that it is getting pretty cold now. Therefore, I should really add some more rigs. So I don't know about you guys around the world, depends where you live, might be sunny, might be snowing. Let me show you guys the other areas. Okay, here's the 8x3070 rig. I haven't moved it yet, and even though the power supply is quite loud, I've kept it up here actually for the past week, and I've just been lazy in moving it downstairs and maybe replacing the power supply. But yeah, you know what, it's okay for now, but the wife doesn't like how loud it is, so I guess I'm gonna have to change that soon. But anyways, it's around 67 Fahrenheit in this room, and it's okay. So in degrees Celsius, it's about 19. So it's okay. 19 degrees Celsius is comfortable for sure. This is probably where I don't need to wear a jacket. I'm already kind of sweating. Let me go show you the other rooms. All right, here's the 6x3070 Ti mining rig. This is the rig that's mining Ravencoin, and so this rig is actually pumping out a decent amount of heat, and I think it's about 13 to 1500 watts. And this room that we're in is decently big, and so the temperature is about 59 Fahrenheit in here, and in Celsius it'd be about 15. So it's not warm, but it's okay, all right? It's not bad with this single 3070 Ti rig. Another thing to consider is if I am going to add another mining rig in here, I don't think I will be comfortable in doing that because I only have a single 20 amp 120 volt circuit in here, and I do have another 15 amp 120 volt circuit, but you know, I don't want to overload this because it is on a little bit older circuitry in the house, and yeah, I don't want to have a constant load on a 15 amp here, which is actually shared in another room, so it's best I probably don't use this 15 amp circuit. But my other 120 volt 20 amp circuit here, maybe I could add, I don't know, another 300 watts. So if the 80% rule for a 20 amp 120 volt is what, 1900 watts or so, and if I'm currently using between 13 to 1500 watts, then yeah, maybe I can add a little, I don't know, maybe a little tiny ASIC miner up here, maybe that gold shell CK box that I just got, which does about 400 watts at the wall. So I could pump a little bit more heat in here, and that should maybe help out. Anyways, let's go to my office and then my wife's office. Okay, I forgot about this open area room here. I have a RTX 3070 rig there, 6x3070s, and then I do have a gold shell HS Lite here. So this is about 700 watts here, and it feels like it's not pumping out that much heat, even though it's at 700 watts. And then this 3070 rig here it's pumping out a decent amount of heat. It's mining flux at the moment. And I think just yesterday I raised the overclocks, like the power limit, to like 150. And normally I would run these at like 60 sols at like 100 watts for efficiency. But because it's cold, I raised the power limit, right, on each of the cards to run at 150 watts just so I could produce more heat. And I think I'm getting like, I don't know, 70 to 72 sols, whatever. I'll put on the screen here of what I'm running, but it's not, I would say, not as efficient as what I was running before. But hey, I need to produce heat. And so the temperature in this area here is around 59 Fahrenheit, and in Celsius it's about 15. So it's still kind of cold in here. I would like it to be at least 19 or 21 degrees Celsius in here. So I will have to add more miners into this room here, which I do have another dedicated 20 amp 120 volt circuit here. So this HS Lite, maybe I could add another ASIC miner here, right? Then I can utilize the 20 amp 120 volt circuit there, which is dedicated. So yeah, I need to pump a bit more heat into this bigger room here. I would say this room would be good for me to distribute heat on for the other rooms and over there, just around the house ambiently. Anyways, if we go into my office here, let me turn on this light here. You guys may see I've added an addition here. I do have a little table here for just, maybe some test mining rigs. Right now I just have the 5700 rig here, which is not on, and a 3060 rig, which I have on mining at this moment. But the reason why I don't have the other rig on, the 5700 rig, is because I just won't have enough power to power my gaming, streaming PC, and also my editing PC over there. And I think a lot of you guys know that I'm gonna be, upgrading the circuit, right? The 20 amp, 120 volt circuit that I have here to a 240 volt. So I'll need to update the ends here and also update the breaker to a 20 amp 240 volt. As this is a 12 gauge wire, I should be able to convert that to a 20 amp 240 volt. So that will just give me double the capacity of power. Instead of 2400 watts, I can go up to 4800. Then I can add, I can turn on more mining rigs here and heat up my room, which I don't have a temperature reader in here, but it's cold. It feels around 15, maybe 14 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we can't go into my wife's room at this point because she's in there. But anyways, it feels just as cold in there as well. So that one single 3060 Ti rig that was in there that we put in there last time, it's not enough to also heat up that room. And I even up the overclocks or adjust the power limit on those 3060 Ti's as well, just to heat up the place a bit more, but it's not enough. So yeah, I guess I'll need more than, I think that rig takes about, 600, 700 watts. Same with this 3070 rig. No, I think it takes about 900 watts for this rig, but it's still not enough to heat up this big room here, or I guess the whole house in general. All of my rigs combined, we're not over 19 degrees Celsius at most parts. Maybe one part, but just 15 degrees Celsius in most of the areas of this house. So if I add maybe a couple more rigs, it should help. So what am I gonna do about it? Let's go to my crypto mining basement and let's pick out some other rigs that we could bring over. Maybe some ASICs or maybe some more GPU mining rigs. We'll see. All right, be right back. Man, I need to really clean up this basement. I got crap everywhere. You guys know I've just been, renovating a house recently, so I guess one of these days we're gonna do a cleanup live stream of some sort. Sure, we can do that. Anyways, guys, I'm just thinking of what type of miners I want to bring over. And they have to be quiet. So obviously I'm not going to bring like the L7 or the S19 XP or the E9. I'm thinking of bringing all these little tiny mini Doges, KD Box Pro, mini KD Box Pro, and I don't know, the iPolo ETH minis. Not all of them, maybe just the two gold ones and the gold shell mini Doge Pro and the KD Box Pro, and maybe my SC box as well. I can bring this along, and yeah, maybe those 5. Then I don't know, these push out these push out a decent amount of heat. So I know that these take about 200 watts, and the ETH minis, the gold ones, I think 200 or 300 watts as well. So I feel like if I just put those everywhere, that should maybe bring up the ambient temperatures in my house just a little bit. Maybe not. It's quite cold right now. But the -10 temperatures we're having outside where I am, it's probably not going to last for long. So it's probably going to go back up to 1 degree Celsius. And yeah, that should maybe be okay for now. I was going to maybe build a couple of open air mining rigs, but I think for now, I want to keep most of my GPUs in the Octominer server cases, because right now running these versus, I don't know, like the little ASIC miners are not as profitable at this point in time. I should also I'm going to bring this Silicon A10 Pro. This is the 7GB model, and I believe there's a firmware update or a new one for Ethereum Classic, which I believe I did in a video, but apparently there's a possible way to make this undervolted. So I'm gonna figure that out in another video. And you know what? Let's go to the barn. I got one more miner I want to take with me. It is freezing in here. Oh, it is 30 Fahrenheit in here. Or for my non-American friends, it's 0 degrees Celsius. It's really cold. Okay, so I have most of actually everything is off in the barn except for this Bitmain S19J Pro 104 terahash model. And you know what? Just hearing it right now, like, it's actually pretty quiet with these Delta fans. And so I just recently learned on Twitter, Bitmain has a new firmware update to essentially do a low power mode. And that's supposed to increase the efficiency of this S19J Pro, and I think other S19 models as well. So you just saw earlier, I was running about, what, 3,100 watts with this thing. So I'm curious to know if I can bring this down to what I think I saw on Twitter. Some people were getting, what, 2,500 watts or something at 90 terahash. So that's pretty good. That's really good. So that's something I will do in another video. And yeah, but I just want to put this down in my new crypto mining basement for now, and then turn it on and just get some heat in there for now. But yeah, it feels like it is pumping out some heat, but it's kind of cold as well. But you guys can see the temperature in here, 31 Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. It's cold. All right, I will see you guys at my new house. Gonna bring everything together. Alright guys, so here's the KDBox Pro, Mini Doge Pro, and I just connected them to the Wi-Fi, so they're no longer using Ethernet cable for the network. So I'll be able to put these anywhere in my house. I was actually thinking of putting a few in my kitchen, but that'll be for another time. And the power supply situation, I may revert back to some of these like laptop brick with the dual PCIe, and apparently these can go up to 360 watts. Now I believe these are for the iPolos, okay, especially for the ETH1 Mini, and since I have two of them, I most likely will be dedicating one of these for each of the iPolos, and then I'm going to be using the HP server PSU for my gold shells, because I'm utilizing the Veteran Miner 6-pin PCIe cables. And if you guys are interested, he's having a Christmas sale right now. Link down below if you guys are interested in his lovely, amazing PCIe, custom-made PCIe cables. And my SC box, the Gold Shell SC box, this one does not have Wi-Fi. So I'll have to plug this one into a place that needs wire. And so 200 watts, 200 watts, 200 watts-ish, and then I think these both together about, what, 500, 600 watts together. So this, I don't really think this is gonna, you know, raise the ambient temperature in my house a lot, but it's gonna provide some heat around some other areas. I do feel, yeah, I already feel a good amount of heat coming from these two, KDBox Pro and Mini Doge Pro, so that's nice. And I do have two KD lights coming. Those are about 13 to 1400 watts, so that's going to be hopefully a nice heater as well for this winter time, which are, I think they're coming in a few days. So I'm going to be turning those on very soon, and those are also nice and quiet, just like the other light edition gold shells. And yeah, these KDBox Pro Mini Doge Pro is actually not loud at all. I don't hear anything from these fans, so that's perfect. All right guys, that's it for this video. That's all I wanted to do. I'm just gonna place these around the house. I'll update you guys maybe in a couple days to see if the temperatures in my house have gotten better or not. I've been slowly just adding miners. I don't want to go like full bore and turn on, you know, up like hundreds of GPUs in this house because, and like I've stated in other videos before, this new house, new mining location that I'm setting up here, the electric rate is a little bit higher than my other crypto mining basement, which is on a different rate, which is on a farm rate, thank goodness. So I'm not wanting to turn on too much in this new mining location yet until obviously things start getting really profitable. Then of course, then I will turn on a lot more here. Okay guys, I'll see you on the next video. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out. Very hesitant to plug these in. Hopefully these don't burn.